ready to spring the trap on Cheaters. War of the Roses on KDWB.
We got a War of the Roses this morning that is different enough that I'm not even going to try to explain it. Okay. So it is. We've been doing War of the Roses for a very long time, but let me have Lillian explain to you what's going on and why she wants us to set a trap to find out whether this guy is cheating.
Okay, so I was at this birthday party for one of the kids in my neighborhood, and one of my neighbors showed up. He has two kids, they're 1 and 3, and he came over to the party, and he got in and he got food for the kids, and then he just disappeared. He got the food, and I don't know where he went. And
can I ask, because I'm picturing this, did he come by himself? Did he bring his partner, his wife along?
His wife wasn't there, but he did bring his two kids. They're 1 and 3, so really young.
Okay.
So anyway, it was 15 minutes, and I realized that he had just vanished, and I'm basically babysitting his kids. But who does that? They're 1 and 3.
Who does that, right? I mean, especially with a 1-year-old, to be that is your job, is to
Yeah, 3-year-old, they can get into so much.
1-year-old started playing with these balloons, which was obviously really dangerous. And then the 3-year-old just got into this game of bags, walking on the boards and messing up the game. And I was okay, I have to go find this guy. So I went around the house and I'm looking for him. And then I see another mom who's married walking out of the bedroom with this guy. And I freaked out, and I turned a corner really quickly. I don't think they saw me, but it was insane. So what I want to know is are these two people hooking up? They're both married to different people. I mean, it was so weird.
That happens in neighborhoods those neighborhoods with young families. I'm sure older families too. I've heard about that a lot. I mean, that even happened on a podcast episode I had, where you spend nights kind of hanging out in the driveway or the garage, you're drinking, and things happen. One person goes to bed early, lines get crossed. I've heard of that a lot.
Right, and it was a closed bedroom. It was weird.
Okay, so in summary here, and listen to this whole thing, and I want to make sure I understand. This was not your husband.
All right.
Okay.
No.
So this is not your part. She was not your partner. These are not your kids. You basically were, I get it. It kind of sucked that he walked off and left you to watch a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. That's kind of bad parenting. But, maybe some people think that, there's a lot of people around here. They're going to watch the kids, whatever. So you did keep an eye on the kids, so they were safe.
Yeah.
But unless I'm missing something, you're not married to this guy or in a relationship with the woman. What?
No, I mean, they're my friends. I know them. They're in the neighborhood.
Okay, but what business? I mean, out of curiosity, I'm curious too if they were hooking up, but it's none of my business. I would not look. I would discuss this. I would start rumors and gossip around the neighborhood. Did you hear that Carl and Sue Ellen are hooking up, and Carl and Sue Ellen are both married to other people? I would totally ask the neighbors about that, but I would never call War of the Roses and say, hey, set a trap for Carl to find out if he's hooking up with Sue Ellen.
Right.
Because it's none of my business, even though I'm curious.
Really? I feel I really want to know.
I know you want to know. Of course you want to know.
I don't know.
If you did do this and we said that you were behind it, you would be ostracized from that neighborhood immediately, probably.
And think about this. What if, one of their kids is sick and they're like, hey, I know your kid had this too. Can we go in the bedroom and talk about this privately?
Yeah.
I know that's probably not what it is, but it's okay, listen, your family is mad at my family. Can we go in the bedroom and talk about this for a minute? Or you owe me $10,000.
Oh,
we loaned it to you last summer. You said, can we go in the bedroom and talk about this for a minute?
Every time we do something like this, people are you don't know if they are in an open relationship. Every time we do this, we get a text like that.
Okay, and there's that. But let's assume that they're not in an open relationship. But it could have been anything. But I want to ask you a question. As you're listening to the show, should we stay out of this War of the Roses, stay out of this relationship? It is not your place. It's not your business. It's not ours because you're not involved with it. What, even if they are hooking up, how does that affect your life?
I mean,
Okay, that's my point.
Yep.
I get it. I understand. I want to know, too. I'm curious, but it's not your place to be setting a trap on War of the Roses because you don't know what's going on.
I guess I just, like, who else is going to do it? I feel like because I, like, witnessed this, that, like, I'm kind of in a bind here. Like, I have
You're
to...
not in a bind. You're just nosy, and I'm not blaming you for that one. I'm nosy too, but it's not your place to do it. Just walk away. Walk away.
Oh, my God.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Here's what we'll do. We'll have people call in and tell us and text us, let us know whether we should make this phone call.
Yeah.
And I already know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people are like, yeah, Dave, go get him, Fallon.
Yeah.
All right. We'll find out what happens on part 2 of War of the Roses coming up in a couple of seconds. And then I'm going to talk to Jonathan Fogel, family attorney, on the legality of jumping into somebody else's relationship and whether it's okay to jump into somebody's relationship legally. All right. Stay there for a second.
Back to Dave Ryan's War of the Roses on KDWB.
All right, full disclosure on War of the Roses. This was pre-recorded, and we decided when we recorded this not to make that phone call. But we asked people what they had to say regarding War of the Roses, and should we make this phone call? I'll give you a little back, just really quick. She was at a party. She found another couple, married couple, that she is not married to any of them. They came out of a bedroom after 15 minutes of being in the bedroom. And she's like, oh, my God, are they hooking up with each other? And I said, maybe they are, but it's none of your business.
Right.
It's really none of your business. They could have been in there discussing, like a family issue or something serious or like, health or anything. None of your business. So we decided not to do this War of the Roses. But here's some of what people said about this War of the Roses. We got a ton of text messages.
Yep.
I love this one. It says, this woman is nosy, and I'm here for it. I also got a shout out to Chase Kinsey and Kylie Johnson, last day of school. Mom and Dad, hope you have a great day. But back to the War of the Roses comments. We got some people on the phone here. We're going to talk to Gina up in Elk River. Hi, Gina. Your thoughts on the call, yes or no?
Good morning. I say no, but my question to her would have been, what is your intention with what you find out?
What are you going to do with
Is
that
she gonna
information?
keep it to herself? Yeah. If they are, is she going to go blab to the neighborhood? Is she going to confront the couple? Like, what was your intention?
Just an anonymous post on Nextdoor.
Can you imagine? I just want to let you know that Craig and Lucille are hooking up, and they're both married.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Well, and let's be real. I highly doubt if they are, that they're going to be at a birthday party sneaking into a bedroom. I feel like they probably have a little bit more composure than that.
I don't know if it's early stages. They just can't keep their hands off each other. That's a joke. I don't know.
Gina, thank you, and thanks for listening. Let's go to Garrett. Garrett, yes or no on the phone call? Because there are text messages that are honestly leaning heavily to one side. Garrett, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a no-go. I mean, I'm just as interested as anyone else to figure out, obviously, what's going on. But, I mean, when it comes to the whole neighborhood situation, I wouldn't screw around with that.
Okay. There's another answer. Can we read some of the text messages we got? Because there are, I think, hundreds of text messages. I hate people like this, said this one. It's good radio drama, but no.
This one says she's doing it for all the women who have been cheated on. She's doing the unsuspecting wife a favor. Bust him. Another one saying they're like, don't tease us. Make the damn call.
This one I love. It says, I know it's not right to go through a call, but my nosy bones are tingling, and I really want to know. My 10-year-old son is very intrigued as well.
This one says, worst War of the Roses ever. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Well, when you don't actually make the phone call, it is a bad War of the Roses. Jonathan Fogel will be here to save the bit coming up in a couple of minutes.
No pressure, Jonathan.
But we need to let her know.
Okay.
So, Lillian, I'm sorry you got voted down.
Okay. I mean, I get it. That's fine. That's fine.
Are you the person around your neighborhood that's always got to know, you notice the Willises. The Willises have had the same car in the driveway. Oh, my God. The Olsen's got it. The Olsen's got a new Mustang. Oh, he's got a Mustang. I'll bet he's banging somebody else. Are you that person?
I like to keep up to date with what everyone's doing.
That's kind of
your
what I
answer.
thought.
Yep.
All right. Hey, listen, we had fun talking to you, but you're going to have to do this one on your own, okay?
I mean, if you actually find out something's going on, though, call back and let us
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
I mean, I'm
Oh, yeah.
curious.
No, for sure.
Okay. War of the Roses, different one today, and lots of comments on it. It's really interesting. Some people are absolutely, don't ruin people's lives for your entertainment. Oh, my God. Another one says, Do it. Tell the wife and let her make the decision if she wants to make the call into War of the Roses.
Check this one out. I'm glad my neighbor intervened. This neighbor was my friend, and our kids played together here, and she was humping my ex and got pregnant at the same time as me.
Oh, that is juicy. All right.
Sorry.
Let's get on the phone with a professional who has seen it all, lived it all, done it all. Jonathan Fogel, family attorney. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. I didn't want to throw you with this different War of the Roses, but, you're an attorney. That's nothing really surprises Jonathan anymore. It's like, yep, I've seen it before. What do we take away from War of the Roses being a family attorney? What do you got this week?
So here is my takeaway on this, right? This woman has to realize this is not the airport. This is not a see something, say something situation, right?
Right.
But if you do, right, you have to realize that if you're going to say something, right, you have to realize you may not end up being the hero of that story. What I mean is maybe you go to the wife or you go to the husband and you say, hey, this is what I saw. And maybe they're like, yeah, I kind of knew that already, and now I'm embarrassed that you know, and you get ostracized because they now are embarrassed that someone else knows what's going on, right? So it's not always encouraged to get into other people's business, right?
Well, it's true. It is not a good idea to get this one. For me, was kind of a no-brainer. Yes, you're curious. No, it is none of your business. It is not your partner. It is not your family. It is your neighborhood. It's like, listen, I can go on next door and post all day. Hey, I think I saw a fox in the neighborhood, because that is the most common next door post, at least in my neighborhood.
Right.
Pretty sure I saw a coyote in the neighborhood every day.
We had a manhunt yesterday. I'm not kidding.
Manhunt?
I'm not kidding. It's there were emails. It was like crazy. There were high alerts going out.
Are you like a human?
Yeah, and we got we got full police reports sent to us and told they came to our neighborhood. Everyone had to lock their doors.
Oh, my God. See, I don't know where you're living, Fallon, but that'd be the time when I might move.
Yeah.
Well, it's Minnetrashta, so what do you expect? You wake up
It
to
was abnormal.
It's gunfire and sirens all hours of the day and night, Minnetrashta. Anyway, back to the legal stuff.
Yeah.
So, what else? Go
One
ahead.
of the things, I do get this situation where I have a third party, like this woman, right? But I have someone who comes to me and says, hey, I don't like how you're handling my son's case or my significant other's case, right? And they want to tell me how to handle it. And I have a duty to my client, not necessarily to the person who is the significant other or the parent, right? So I have to use, in my case, right, I have to follow my client's wishes, not necessarily the person that's paying the bill, right?
Okay, sure. Gotcha. Yeah.
But, I did have, and anecdotally, this neighbor thing came up because I had a case years ago where a couple got divorced because each of them was having an affair with a neighbor, and then they ended up basically swapping spouses and marrying those neighbors.
They married each other's former neighbor.
Yeah, and they actually stayed friends. They continued
wow.
to stay friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
so that's the happy ending story there.
I love it. I love a happy ending, and I know that you're going to give some summer tips for divorced or divorcing parents about kids.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to remember there is that summer belongs to kids, right? You remember when you were a kid, the summer was the greatest thing ever. You're done with school, routines change, no more homework and early bedtimes. So I have 4 tips for parents. First of all, and it may be a little too late this summer because the summer's coming up in a few days here, is plan ahead. Have a plan. What camps, what activities, what things are your kids going to be involved with? So not only your kids know what's going on, but you as parents know what the routine is going to be.
Okay.
The second thing is remember that schedules can be different during the summer. I draft a lot of divorce decrees that have a summer schedule and a school schedule. So sometimes summer schedules can be a little more laid back, a little more flexible than during the school year. So consider that if you're getting divorced. Maybe have a different schedule for summer than you do for the school year.
Okay.
The third one is get your kids to their activities during the summer, right? Don't put them in the middle. If you have a disagreement with your ex, it's not your ex's time or your time, it's the kids' time. So make sure that you really respect what the kids are doing and not using them as a weapon to get back at somebody.
Okay, good tip.
And the fourth, which I think is this may be unpopular to say, but I'm going to say it, is enjoy your time away from your kids. This is a great time during the summer. If your kids are going on vacation with their dad or their mom and you're not involved, enjoy that. to be like, hey, I have some free time here. Use it as time to recharge, do some self-care, maybe take a vacation yourselves, spend some time with your friends, but do something to kind of use that time and not be sad about it, but use it to really recharge the battery.
Let me tell you something. I would have no problem with that one. I'd be like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy the time away. If you have
It's
any
an
questions,
unpopular opinion, right? People are like, if you see you want to spend time away from your kids, people are like, that's a terrible thing to say.
but it's not. No, if you want to spend time, find out more, get information from Jonathan, get a free consultation online, FogelFamilyLaw.com. Jonathan Fogel's been a family attorney for coming up on 30 years now. FogelFamilyLaw.com, whether you are divorced, divorcing, custody payments, anything like that. If you were divorced and not getting paid or you're having trouble, Jonathan can help you out. Get a free consultation, FogelFamilyLaw.com. Jonathan, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week, okay?
All right, you guys take care. Enjoy this weather.